Opening an estate bank account, what you'll need and where to open it. You may be wondering, do I need to open an estate bank account? Most estates only need to open a basic checking account for the estate bank account so that the executor, administrator, or trustee can arrange payments. However, for more complex estates, what you'll need is to open multiple estate bank accounts. How do I go about opening an estate bank account? To open an estate checking account, what you'll need to do is, number 1, begin the probate process. 2 is to obtain a copy of the will, if there is one. 3, receive the estate's EIN that replaces the decedent's Social Security number. 4 is to collect all the documents verifying that you may handle the estate's finances. 5, provide a copy of the death certificate. 6, open an estate bank account and make that initial deposit. I'd like to tell you a quick story about our client Mary. She went to her sister's bank that her sister, who had passed away, had been banking at this big bank for years and had several bank accounts there. So Mary and her son Tom went to the bank and they thought, okay, we want to open up this estate account. They had their EIN number. I have another video about that if you're curious about deeper understanding about an EIN number. Anyway, they went there together and they thought it was all done. And Tom, Mary's son, headed back to Florida and thought everything had been taken care of, but it hadn't. The person that they had sat across the desk from really wasn't knowledgeable about estate accounts. And so that person sent some documentation over to the estate part of this big bank, but it wasn't the right stuff. So when Mary and I started to work together, we quickly found out that we didn't have an estate bank account, and so she wasn't able to move the money from the accounts that her sister had into the estate bank account. Long story, it took 2 more tries going to this big bank to get the accurate documentation sent over to the part of this big bank to get Mary's estate bank account. Needless to say, she wasn't very happy with that bank. So now that we gave you the overview of the process, including what you'll need to open an estate bank account, and shared Mary's awful experience, let's dive deeper into each task and what you'll need. First, you will need the death certificate. Before you do anything, you must get proof that the decedent has in fact died. You will need to get several death certificates, which you'll use to open an estate bank account, and for various other things throughout the probate process. Next, what you'll need is to file for probate and get appointed as either the executor or the administrator by the local probate court. In order to open an estate bank account, the court must acknowledge that you are legally acting on behalf of the estate as either the executor or the administrator. Getting an official appointment, you'll receive your probate court's letters of administration as the first part of the probate, which is the legal process of distributing the decedent's assets and proving the will if there happens to be one. When you're named as executor in the decedent's will, your probate attorney can file a petition with the probate court. If you are petitioning the probate court to be administrator when there isn't a will, you'll also need to have the court appoint you. The court will issue a legal document, again called the letters of administration, which proves that you are the representative of the estate and can act on its behalf. When someone dies without a will, there may be some limitations as to who can apply as administrator. For example, the surviving spouse may be the first claim. They'll go through a similar process to receive letters of administration. Let's revisit what you'll need to get an EIN or tax ID number. The estate is its own entity and as such is responsible for its own taxes. That means the estate needs its own taxpayer identification number, which is called an employer identification number or EIN. EINs are assigned to estates as well as employers, trusts, and other entities for tax filing purposes. So now let's talk about what you'll need to open an estate bank account. Now that you have all the necessary documents, where to open an estate bank account? You can bring all that documentation to a financial institution like a bank or a credit union to open an estate bank account. The bank may offer a special account explicitly intended for estates. Most estates only need to open a basic checking account so the executor, administrator, or trustee can take care of all of the estate's expenses. But remember, for more complex estates, you might need to open multiple estate bank accounts or possibly a brokerage account in the name of the decedent's estate to handle any investments. For example, if the decedent's estate includes a retirement account or any investment accounts without named beneficiaries, the executor, administrator, or trustee could consolidate them all under one estate account. Make sure to have the details or the statements of any of the decedent's funds and financial accounts you wish to transfer into the new estate account. So that's an overview of what you'll need and where to open an estate bank account. I hope you found it of value. I'm Kim Ward. I am a real estate broker here in beautiful San Diego, and my team and I have been helping executors, administrators, and trustees with homes in probate or trust administration for almost 20 years. Hey, if you have any questions, please comment down below. We answer all your questions, and please subscribe, hit that like button and the bell button to receive notification of our upcoming videos. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.